We will go over some SAT practice questions, which is from test number 4. So we will start from question 19. So the question is, if 3p minus 2 is greater than or equal to 1, what is the least possible value of 3p plus 2? So the equation is 3p minus 2 greater or equal to 1. So firstly, we need to solve for p. So 3p is greater than 3, p is greater or equal to 1. So after we have the value of p, we need to solve for 3p plus 2. So 3p plus 2. So if p is equal to 1, we just plug in. And 3 plus 2 is 5. So if p equals 1, the equation should be 5. So the correct answer is A. Then we move on to question number 20. Question number 20 is a graph question. And the question is, the mass of living organism in a lake is defined to be the biomass of the lakes. If the biomass in the lake double each year, which of the following graphs could model the biomass in the lake as a function of time? So for this question, we have 4 graphs here. And the important word in the question is the biomass in a lake double each year. So if you see the word like double, it means this kind of relationship is exponentially. So since it's like double, so this should be like increase exponentially. So firstly, we look at A. A is a linear relationship, so it should be incorrect. And for B, it's kind of weird, and it's not like increase exponentially, so it's also incorrect. Okay, for choice C, so this is the graph of an exponential function. So it's like each year the biomass is double. So this should be the correct answer. And for choice D, it's like only a line. You cannot see any increase in this choice. So this one is also incorrect. So after we finish question 20, we move on to question 21. Question 21 here. So we noted that question 21 and 22 are the graph questions. And the question is, the bar graph above shows renewable energy consumption in quadrillions of British thermal units in the United States by energy source for several energy sources in the years 2000 and 2010. So for question 21, in a scatter plot of the data, where renewable energy consumption in the year 2000 is plotted along the x-axis, and the renewable energy consumption in the year 2010 is plotted along the y-axis for each of the given energy sources. How many data points would be above the line y equals x? So, from the question, we know that for x-axis is the data of the 2000, and for y-axis is the data for the 2010. So this is a graph question. We need to find some information from the graph. But in order to simplify this question, the only thing we need to do is we just find the value which is 2010 is greater than 2000. So if this is correct, we notice that only the biofuels, the geothermal, and the wind, for these three renewable energy, the 2010 value is greater than 2000 value. So if this is correct, we can just conclude that these 3 points are above the line y equals x. So therefore, we have 3 points for this: biofuels, geothermal, and wind. So the correct answer is C, 3. So after 21, we move to question 22. So the question Question 22. So the question is, of the following, which best approximates the percent decrease in consumption of wood power in the United States from 2000 to 2010? So in this question, we just focus on the wood. So based on the graph, we notice that from 2000, the wood is 2.25, and in 2010, the consumption is 2. So we use the value of the 2000 and minus the 2010. Then we need to divide it by the original value, which is 2.25. Then we multiply by 100. So this is kind of the formula to calculate the percentage. And after some calculation, we can get the final answer is 11%. So the correct answer should be choice B. Okay, so we finish question 22. Then we move on to question 23. Okay. So here we have the question 23. We noted that this question is also about it's not graph, but the tables. The table below gives the distribution of high temperatures in degrees Fahrenheit for city A and city B over the same 21 days in March. So we have 2 tables here, city A and city B. So the question asks, which of the following is true about the data shown for this 21 days? So from the choice, we noted that the question is about the standard deviation. And at first, we need to know what is the standard deviation. The standard deviation is a measure of how far the data set values are from the mean. So the standard deviation is related to mean. So because of this, we need to calculate the mean for city A and city B. So if you remember the formula of how to calculate the mean of city A, we just use the temperature multiplied by the frequency plus the second temperature multiplied by the frequency, and we do all of this, and we divide it by the total days, which is 21. Then we can get a number. It's 78.8. So this is the mean of the city A. So for city B, we do the same thing. 80 times 6 plus 79 times 3 and plus this and divided by 21. And this equation, we calculate the mean for city B is 78. So after we get this, we can just compare the frequency of the different temperature for city A and city B. So since we noticed that for city A, if the temperature is 79 Fahrenheit, the frequency is 14. There are a lot of frequency for just like close to the mean. So this means this data is very just a get together. But for city B, the mean is 78, and only about like 2 value of the number is in the range of the mean, and a lot of number 6 number is in range 80 and 6 number is in range 76. So this means city B's standard deviation is kind of larger than city A. So the answer B should be correct, which is the standard deviation of temperature in city B is larger. Then we try to move on to another question. Question 24. So, question 24 is a circle. Okay, here. So in the circle above, segment AB is a diameter if the length of arc ADB is 8 pi. What is the length of the radius of the circle? So from the arc ADB, we notice that this is a semicircle. And if you remember, the formula for the circle is 2 pi r. So this is the formula for calculate the entire arc of the circle, right? So if we know if the known thing is the arc ADB, which is a semicircle, we just do this divided by 2, and the question tells you the arc ADB is 8 pi. So like this, then we simplify this. Divided by 2, and the pi r is equal to 8 pi, and divided pi, and r equals 8. So from here, we know that r is equal to 8. So therefore, the correct answer for this is choice C. Okay, we will stop this video here.